COVID-19 came rather unexpectedly and has evolved rapidly. The Ministerial Task Force, co-chaired by Kim Yong and Lawrence, has been leading our efforts to tackle this challenge. We are taking a risk-based approach, stepping up safeguards as the situation changes. We raised the DORSCON to orange last Friday, when we had the first indications of local transmission. We'll introduce more measures as needed, as we did on Friday, in establishing the public health preparedness clinics. Our teams managing the situation are highly dedicated. Some of them had experience dealing with H1N1 and SARS. They are working round the clock to keep us safe and to care for those who are unwell. Contact tracing is in place, enabling us to identify clusters early so that we can better reduce the spread. Our teams are also working in close collaboration with their overseas counterparts to share information and to combat this outbreak together. I would like to express my deep appreciation to all our healthcare and frontline staff for their dedication, hard work, and sacrifice. You have our full support. I'm also heartened by how our people have rallied together. Everyone has something to offer, and every action makes a difference. I spoke to our SCDF officers and their supporting teams at Kallang Fire Station. They are well-trained, well-prepared, and morale is high. I'm also glad that many have shown their appreciation for those on the front line. The Team SG athletes were also here today to show support for the SCDF. This shows we are all in this together. We have been able to mount a swift response to this sudden outbreak because we learned from our past experience. We have built up capabilities over the years and learned to adjust our approach as the situation develops. Today, beyond what we have already put in place, I want to highlight 3 other responses that will help us through this outbreak. First, mobilizing our new capabilities. Second, supporting our businesses and workers. And third, strengthening our social resilience. First, mobilizing our new capabilities. We learned the hard way from SARS in 2003. So we now have new capabilities that enable us to better respond. We built new healthcare capabilities, including the National Center for Infectious Diseases, and better infrastructure across our healthcare system to deal with outbreaks like this. But one lesser-known area in this fight is the role of science and technology. Strong R&D capabilities are essential to mounting an effective response to the outbreak, so that we may respond better to this new virus based on facts and scientific evidence. Over the past 3 decades, we invested significantly in building up our research and development ecosystem, especially in health and biomedical sciences. Since the outbreak, our research community has been working hard behind the scenes in partnership with our healthcare community and companies, and building on our strong networks with the international community to collaborate with scientists from around the world. Just over a week after the virus sequence was made available, our researchers developed a diagnostic kit for the virus. This has been very helpful in our screening efforts for suspected cases. To help with the global fight against the virus, we are contributing test kits for 20,000 tests to China. China is putting in significant effort and doing the best they can. All of us will benefit from China's success in overcoming the outbreak. So Singapore and the global community must do our part to contribute to this effort. Our research community is intensifying their work with their global partners to better understand the nature of the virus and how it spreads so that we can fight it more effectively, to develop faster diagnostic tests that are simpler to run so that we can detect and intervene with greater precision, and to trial new treatments and potential vaccines. While dealing with the immediate challenges, I want to assure Singaporeans that we're doing our best, mobilizing our full resources across government and society to fight the outbreak and to better protect you. Second, supporting our companies and workers. We also need to deal with the economic impact of the outbreak and the new uncertainties it brings. Some sectors have been hard hit, such as tourism and transport, and we have already taken targeted measures to support them. But we can expect to see a broader impact on the economy. As confidence is affected, businesses and consumers could cut back on spending. The disruption to the global supply chain, a result of the interruptions to production in China, will also affect trade and manufacturing. Our workers and firms are understandably concerned. On Budget Day on Tuesday, I will set out a set of broad-based measures to support viable companies and help workers stay in their jobs. We will provide wage support to help companies preserve jobs for local workers. We will provide tax rebates and rental waivers to help companies with their cash flow. We will give more support to sectors that have been harder hit, including food and beverage and retail. We will also support firms and workers to make the best use of this period to restructure, train, and upgrade so that we will emerge stronger when the eventual upturn comes. In this time of uncertainty, I know that households are more concerned about their expenses. So I will introduce a package to help households with their cost of living. Never doubt that Singapore has the means to bounce back from this outbreak. I assure you, as Finance Minister, that this government will do all that is necessary to get workers and companies hit hard by this global health crisis back on their feet. With all these additional support measures, you have my assurance that we will rebound from this. Never fear. Finally, we need to strengthen our social and psychological resilience in this fight against COVID-19. I understand many are feeling anxious and uncertain. Let's turn our fears and anxieties into concrete action that each of us can take to play a part in this fight. Start by looking after yourself. Observe good personal hygiene. Let's develop this discipline. Wash your hands regularly and avoid touching your face. Stay updated on the situation from credible sources. Be discerning about what you read on social media. Let's all be socially responsible. See a doctor if you are unwell. Stay home if you are on medical leave, and do not mingle with other people. If you are well, carry on with normal life as far as possible. And do not panic buy or spread rumors. We have enough supplies of food and an adequate stockpile of masks and other essential items if used responsibly. We are actively replenishing our supplies and stockpiles from a diverse range of sources. But if you hoard this will deny others with real needs. Let's also care for others. I'm inspired by the many examples of generosity and kindness shown by Singaporeans. This may be simple acts, but they demonstrate the best of the Singapore spirit. SG United is our rallying call for this outbreak in a whole of society effort. The outbreak is a test of our social cohesion and our psychological resilience. We can all do more to help those around us, and we can speak and act with hope and care. Together, we can overcome this outbreak and emerge stronger and more united as one people.